Good morning, guys. I'm going to go over the math work for day 29. Guys, it's day 29. Getting so close here. So, for your lesson 5 problem set, it says find the equivalent fraction using multiplication or division. Shade the area models to show the equivalency. Record it as a decimal. Now, I did this part for you, okay? So what we did was we multiplied times 10. Okay, and part of the reason we did that is because we're dealing with tenths and hundredths. Okay, so we said 3 times 10 is 30. 10 times 10 is 100. So in fraction form, this is what 30 hundredths looks like. 30 hundredths. Okay, and then in decimal form, it would be 0.30, or if you related that to money, that would be 30 cents. And we know that you need 30 cents to have 30 hundredths, and there are 100 cents in a full dollar. So to get that full dollar, we would have to color in this entire grid of 100 boxes. Okay? So now over here, we're going to divide. And we're also going to shade. We're going to show 50 hundredths by shading in over here. Okay, as well as shading in over here in the tenths box. And we're going to divide by 10. I'm going to go ahead and write that in for you, and I'll let you do the work, okay? You're going to do 50 divided by 10 and 100 divided by 10. And you're going to get a fraction that's different from this one clearly because we're dealing with different numbers. But your fraction here, 50 hundredths, well, that says equal. What that means is it's the same amount as this fraction, even though it's a different fraction. And we can see the equivalency when we shade in our hundredths over here and we shade in our tenths over there. Okay? So you guys are going to use these models in this work, and that's going to help you with this down here. Okay? Now, this is a little bit different, but I'm going to make this very simple for you. So, look at this. Complete the number sentences. Shade the equivalent amount on the area model, drawing horizontal lines to make hundredths. Okay, so what that means is to show 37 hundredths on this figure, they broke this figure up into tenths. So you're going to have to draw those horizontal lines across like this to make a grid so that you can shade in 37 boxes. Okay, now you're probably thinking, how do I write that in decimal form? Well, if you've watched the Khan Academy videos or the other videos that I linked, you might remember. If you don't, go back and watch those again. It's very helpful. So I'm going to model turning a number like this into decimal form over here with my little place value chart. And I'm going to model 36 hundredths. Okay, now hundredths we know are very small units 2 places to the right of the decimal. Tenths are 1 place to the right of the decimal. Well, look at my number 36. The 3 is the first number to the right of the decimal. So it would be here. 3. The 6th is 2 places. Here's my decimal, 1. It's 2 places to the right of the decimal, so that goes here. So 36 hundredths in decimal form would be 0.36, or 36 cents if we were talking about money. So 37 hundredths, the first place to the right of the decimal is your tenths, and the second place to the right of your decimal is your hundredths. So do yourself a favor, just put a little decimal in right here. Put one here, and put one over here for your second one, and then you can figure out how many tenths and how many hundredths you have, okay? All right? And then use what you did up here to help you figure out the fraction form and the decimal form of your numbers, okay? I don't want to make that too easy for you. I want to challenge you a little bit, and I guess that's called productive struggle or something like that. You gotta work out your brain a little bit this morning, okay? But if you get stuck, again, I'm here for you. Call me, message me, or text me, okay? So that's your decimals work. Now your fraction work, oh my gosh, Mr. McDowell, look at that. that looks super complicated, but I'm going to promise you it's not, okay? So basically, all of this stuff over here, and even you parents that are thinking, what the heck are we doing? This is crazy. Give me a second. This over here is represented by this. And just take a second and bear with me and I'll model it for you. So we can see how they've cut this, how they've shaded it. So we have thirds, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. They shaded in 2/3. That's represented by this fraction right here. Then they drew a horizontal line and they partitioned it again, right? And so now we have sixths. How many sixths do we have? 1, 2, 3. You guessed it. We have 4 sixths. You're thinking, well, how the heck is this shown over here with all that junk? Well, I'll show you. 2/3 is equivalent to 4 sixths. This model shows that, and now we have it in number form. So, look at this next number line. All they did was they decomposed. What does decompose mean? Break down. They took their thirds and they broke it down. Okay? If you break down 2/3 into 2 parts, you should know what you're going to have, right? This they already did for you. They broke 4 sixths into 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, right? Well, 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 equals, you guessed it. Then they took their 2/3, right? And they decomposed them again, right? Look at your fraction model over here. You know that 1/3 is equal to 2/6. It's the same. That's all they did over here. They just decomposed, okay? And in this third line here, they went from some addition and they turned it into multiplication. So we know that 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 equals 2 times 1/6 plus 2 times, I'll let you fill in the blank, equals 4 what? I'll let you fill in the blank. I'll give you a hint. Your answer is right there. Okay? And then finally, they came down here and they started right where we started from. 2/3 equals 4 times blank equals 4. I'm going to help you out a little bit. 4/6. 4 times what equals 4/6? Well, if you followed here, you'll see that 4 of one of these fractions equals 4/6. So I know this looks complicated, but it's just been decomposed and broken down just to show this another way, okay? The more tools you have in your toolbox, the more problems you're able to solve. So use all of this up here to help you with this down here, all right? Take your time, message me, text me, call me if you get stuck.